let's see. I'll just start with the one closest to me, which happens to be my newest tool and a huge favorite of mine. It's my Florida micromotor. It is just a huge time saver. First of all, the handpiece is a quick change handpiece, so it's just that fast, to change out whatever you're working with. And I found this, I'm always in search of better storage solutions, and I found this great Burr storage rack. So I can just reach over and pop that in. You can also operate it by hand or foot. I work with steel, and when I fuse gold to steel, I need to clean any patina off of it. So being able to adjust that and slow that down with the wheel is absolutely phenomenal. I love this. I have sort of a philosophy about tools, and that is that you should buy the most expensive tool you can afford or the cheapest one. And by cheapest, I say, Harbor is great, Vivor is great. But if you buy a really cheap tool, then I just treat it as a consumable. And I know that within a couple of years, I'm probably going to have to replace it. So this one, it's a Harbor Freight Special. It's a bench grinder. I love this piece of equipment, and I have been criticized by fellow metalsmiths for using it because they say it's dangerous. But if you're like anything, if you're careful with it, it's not. It's a central machinery. I maybe paid $130 for it, but it's great for steel because, as you know, steel is going to be harder than other metals. So I can use this if I want to shape the edges a little bit more without having to do a lot of sawing. So it is a workhorse, and I've had this thing for about 10 years, and I use a stone grinding wheel on it. It's a coarse grinding wheel, which is great.
This series is sponsored by MJSA member Rio Grande. For even more jewelry conversation, be sure to check out Rio Grande's podcast, For the Love of Jewelers. Each month, Rio's cast of expert hosts from Rio Grande's jewelry tech team chat with industry leaders, jewelers, educators, and more as they tell their stories and talk shop. Ideal for anyone interested in jewelry. You'll gain valuable insights, discover new tools and processes, and enjoy a laugh or two along the way. Listen to For the Love of Jewelers podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, or on Rio Grande's website at www.riogrande.com. Search podcasts.
One that actually I got this for free. A student of mine, it's a lathe, student of mine, her husband was a retired physician, and he collected and refurbished old tools. And, if you know metalsmiths, they love nothing more than old tools, used tools. So this one was used. He refurbished it. I use it. This is a unitized wheel that I use for deburring. And so I'll take it to my grinding wheel first, do any reshaping on my grinding wheel. And then this is just excellent for smoothing out the edges, beveling edges, just making sure everything's clean. The next one is another piece of Fordham equipment. It's the Fordham bench lathe. It is the best I could afford. I have had this one probably 10 years and have had no problems with it. Super powerful. I also bought the dust filters. They are small but mighty. And the neat thing about these is that you can move them around. If you have a flex shaft or whatever that you want to use, you can use these with that as well. So this is just great. I use it primarily with the 3M radial wheels, but I also have a collection of, a ton of different abrasives that I use with that. I absolutely love this. It is a micro flux variable speed mini bandsaw. Try saying that fast. And it is, I don't know if you can see the blade here, but it's an electric bandsaw that will cut depending on the blade you use. I've been cutting, even I cut a 1/4 inch rod with it recently. So it'll cut pretty thick metal. You can change the blade, and I cut 20 gauge steel on it. And the great thing is you can turn curves with it. And I do a lot of curvy pieces.